on, guys? This is Tash.
This is Grant.
This is Indiebnb.
Today we talked to Alex Moore of Livingmore out of Los Angeles, California. We had a great conversation with her. Surprising answers coming to your way on Pete Peterson's Party Pack of Questions. Roll it off like a tape.
Welcome back to Indiebnb. We are joined today by Alex Moore from the band Livingmore from Los Angeles, California. Alex, how are you today?
Good. How are you?
We are doing good. We're here in Atlanta, and we have become fans of yours
Thank you.
over the past probably 6 or 7 months. I don't remember whose Spotify you popped up on. It was one of ours, but Livingmore's been on our playlist from the get-go since then. So we're super psyched to have you on the podcast tonight.
Didn't somebody reached out to you, or Tash? Somebody followed you, right? Or
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I think that might have been what it was.
Yeah. It's always awesome when people find your music and Spotify and all that.
Yeah, so we're super excited to have you on. I think, if I remember correctly, I think we reached out to you before we were even a podcast. We hadn't even started yet, and now we're 6-7 months into it, and here we are. So
nice. Yeah, I rescheduled because I thought you guys needed practice.
We did.
I'm kidding.
Boom roasted. All right, here we go. We're good.
Boom roasted. Joke's on you. We didn't practice at all.
You're our first one. Congratulations.
No, honestly, do you know the Death Valley girls out there?
Yeah, I've never met them, but I like their music.
Bonnie Bloomgarden was the first one we ever did. I don't think she had any idea that we'd never done a podcast before. So that's pretty cool.
Naturals.
Exactly. But anyways, let's talk about Livingmore. How did Livingmore come together?
Well, we got shot down from outer space, and I saw some goats coming around, and I was like, you know what? Maybe we should teach these goats how to sing some music. No, I don't know what I'm talking about. But I've answered this question a lot. So, but yeah, we came together because me and Spencer, who's the guitarist in the band and singer as well, we started writing a lot together one summer because I had a solo project that he was playing in. He had a solo project, and we just started performing some acoustic songs around, and that's how we met our band members, Mike and then Rodrigo. And pretty simple story like that. Then we just started doing things bands do, recording and playing out, and I'm like, yeah, that's what happened. But and then just so many things have happened since then, including the pandemic. So I'm like, we had that story, and then there's a whole other story now. But yeah, we have a show coming up, which is really cool, and I'm very excited and thankful to be playing a show soon, which will be good.
Is that the first one since COVID started?
Yeah, we're going to be playing a show. I haven't announced it yet, but it's going to be at the Moroccan Lounge in LA, September 19th. And that will be our album release show, because we just put out the Take Me album recently. So yeah, going to get back out soon.
That must be exciting.
Yeah, I'm so excited. I've really missed performing.
Were y'all playing at all right before COVID, last February?
Yeah, we did have 2 shows. We played at the Satellite, which I'm bummed that place no longer exists, but it was a really good show. And then we played another one, but we were just planning on recording the rest of the year. And we really got our fill in recording because so we just that's what we did. And now, it's very interesting. It's a very interesting situation. It's definitely different trying to get shows now because so many venues have disappeared, or there's new booking agents now. And so it's kind of you're just you're not starting over, but you're sort of just, it's you've been in everyone I feel feels there's been like some sort of coma thing. You're waking up from it and figuring everything out again. But
we've talked to a lot of bands that said, you know, the other thing that people don't realize when you know, more like indie bands and bands that are still trying to, you know, grow now are trying to book places to play, and you lost that like stagger of where like, you know, bigger bands would only, not every big band or like bigger band was playing at the same time, but it's like everyone and their mother is all trying to play again right now. So
right.
Working to play down.
You know, the biggest thing too is like we didn't have shows that were canceled because we were just planning on recording anyway, but all the bands that did have shows have to get their shows in, which is totally understandable. But then it's like, then you just put out an album and you're like, oh shit, like,
yeah.
you know, like, so that's been, but luckily we have a lot of support from 88.5 SoCal, which is a local station here, radio station, and they're sponsoring our next show, which is really cool. And so that was cool. I keep saying cool, but I'm like, that was cool. That was a cool thing.
Everything's cool at this point because nobody.
Yeah, I know. I'm just, yeah. I am in good spirits though. Things are looking up. Yeah.
Yeah. So you brought up the new album. You know, I was going to ask you if that was a creature of COVID or if it was planned, but it sounds like y'all were already planning to record it, and then it happened. I guess, like you said, you had plenty of time to record it. So how you know, what was the thinking in, you know, it's time to release a new album?
Well, we've had, you know, we wrote a lot of songs, and it was just time for a new era. We just wanted to and we recorded them at our own studio. Our drummer has a rehearsal space / studio, so we already made the decision to record it ourselves and have our drummer produce it. So in hindsight, I'm really happy we did make that decision, because we would have been waiting for things to open and all that. But we just like every day just went there and also, yeah, we had so much time on our hands. We did write the songs prior, but there are some things that were done once you get in the studio, things that new ideas that happen, and some lyrical change ups kind of happened for me. And yeah.
Hell yeah. So what goes into y'all's, I was going to ask, you know, did y'all write this album in the studio, but you obviously didn't, but what goes into your writing process? Like where does it begin?
You know, it happens different all the time. It can happen at any point when it comes to thinking of a song idea. Like I could just be like, sometimes it happens at really inconvenient times. I'll be like talking to somebody or something, and then I'll like hear like a song in my head, and then just like days off in outer space or whatever, and then kind of like whisper it into my phone sometimes. And then other times, you know, Spencer also writes for the band too, and he has his own way of doing things. Like he'll come to me with a song, and I'll sort of, you know, add parts to it, and same vice versa. And sometimes he'll just like play, or like the whole band will just play, and I'll just kind of come up with something and freestyle it on the mic. But I write either with acoustic guitar, or I kind of just freestyle and sing. So that's my way of doing it. And kind of got lucky, like with this band, like there's, you know, I'm a songwriter, Spencer's a songwriter, our drummer Mike's also like a composer, like songwriter. He had like a solo album before this, so everyone's pretty strong in that department. And we just definitely, with this album, it was just like a huge collaboration process. And yeah.
Hell yeah. I mean, I guess it always comes at different times for different people, but you know, I feel like with this new album, Take Me, that just got released, I feel like you still have like the same, not the same sound as in Okay to Land, but like a fresher sound. It's like it's a new sound for y'all, but still has like key elements. And what do you think kind of led to this kind of fresher sound for y'all?
Well, I think it might have started with the song Sharp, and certain like things that are like my band members would bring to me. It happened to be just more of a movable type of sound, like more danceable. It was always like rock, but now it has sort of, with this album anyway, it has more of like I think more of a danceability to it. especially with like it's not all like that, but I think, yeah, it just turned out that way naturally. But I do think we were aiming for just a bigger sound than before, because before, with the first album, it was like me and Spencer were a duo before we found the band when we wrote all those songs. So there was more of like a tinge of maybe more of a like a folk rock thing to it. And I feel like that'll always be a part of who we are, just because we like telling stories with our songs. But with more of the band members involved in the writing process and production process, I just think it just naturally happened where it just has more of like a bigger band type sound.
Yeah, some of the songs I noted, like you said, Sharp, like that's the first song on the album, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, yeah, y'all came out of the gate swinging on that one.
Thank you.
Bigger sound, but then I had like Got Me Feeling Like, Neighbors, Energy Taken, and with all those, I feel like y'all had, it was almost like the riffs and bass lines and stuff y'all had just had a little more punch to them, especially like I think the first song I ever heard of y'all's was Counting Sheep, which I think is y'all's #1 like streamed song on Spotify, but those are like two completely different sounds.
Different. Yeah, that was our first song. That was the first song me and Spencer ever recorded for the band. So that was recorded in like 2014, and I'm always surprised by how much more popular it gets, which is really cool. But yeah, like we had a completely different band at that time when we recorded Counting Sheep, and it makes sense that you would notice the bass line on this album, because Rodrigo didn't record on our first full-length album, and he like is such an awesome like bouncy bass player. He has like a good, like a really like fat bass sound or whatever. But yeah, so definitely that's what made a difference for sure.
Yeah, I really noticed it on Got Me Feeling Like it's that like bass, or like I don't know if it's a bass or an organ or some kind of mixture of both, but that really just hits you right in the face.
Yeah, he killed it for sure.
And yeah, it just has a lot of energy, and I loved Okay to Land, when I was listening through it. I've got sort of it's a little more like dream popish to me in a way. But there were some little like, Eggshells almost sounded like Silver Sun pickups to me. Especially guitar. So, that's, I guess that was my next question, but you've been answering all my questions like right before I'm about to ask them. So maybe we do need to practice more.
Yeah,
it sounds like
the songwriter's intuition is strong to me, I guess.
Yeah. Sounds like the bass lines and stuff is what really, kind of gave y'all this different angle on tape. Is that right?
Yeah, I think so. I think it definitely added something to really special to the rhythm section.
What do you think, Grant?
I mean, for sure, dude. I mean, I think we need to switch it up. I want to get into some music video action here, because there's some creativity going on, visually, and we're gonna need to discuss that.
Right. Okay.
But obviously, this for me, I see it as like a chapter in the back of the book. It's the lost little piece of like, hey, you can hear me audio, but here's how I saw it, visually, and there's give and take with that. But loved Got Me Feeling Like. I mean, what's going on with the Convenience Store Cowboy? I mean, like, what inspired that music video, and how you guys portrayed it?
When I heard that song and started writing like the lyrics to the song, because that was a song that like I top lined, and our drummer Mike and showed us the melody and beat and stuff, and me and Spencer sort of just like came up with our parts on top of it. But it really had that like kind of 90s like Beck feel to me. And right away I just sort of had this, and like that video Been Caught Stealing, like Jane's Addiction. I don't know if you, but anyways, but it kind of just had that vibe to me. And right when I started writing, I just started visualizing this like guy who his life might suck or not be perfect, but he's like feeling like he's the shit for a day, and just sort of kind of drunk and like having a good time, and kind of gets the customers involved, but it's sort of all just an illusion, or he's daydreaming. And I don't know, it just like really stuck out. Just even like the it's just what I saw in my head, and I just thought we had to do it. And I'm happy we did do it.
Yeah. How, like, I mean, I guess, so you just kind of saw it in your head. Like, I mean, what was the process from taking it from your head into, reality? I mean, like, did you know
Yeah.
those guys? Like, do you know videographers?
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. Eric and Kevin, those are the cinematographers, and they also directed the first part of the music video with us playing. And after we found a spot to shoot and they shot the whole thing, they were like, well, we really want a storyline. And they were kind of thinking of like a love story or something. And I was like, oh no, like that's not what the story is. And he did not expect me to be like, no, the story's of a guy in like a pink cowboy costume walking in a store, but that's what it was. He's just like, yeah, let's do whatever you want to do. And so we just went from there, and they're really they were great at editing it and filming it and stuff. And I sort of just just came up with that idea and found a really cool like cowboy Halloween costume online and bedazzled it. And we had the perfect person to play the cowboy, so that really helped.
Yeah, tell me about that guy. Is he
Matt
one of y'all's
Weber?
friends? Who is he, one of y'all's friends?
Matt Weber, actually, we live with our drummer Mike right now, and he was actually his roommate before me and Spencer moved in here, and that's how I first met Matt. And he's hilarious, and he's someone who did Groundlings, and he does voiceover work and acting, and he's just really great at improv, and just like he stuck out to me right away. I was like, you don't even have to give him much direction. You're just like, here's the storyline, and he just brings his own thing to it. So he's like the only person I think I could think of that would nail it like that. It's kind of funny talking about this, like it's such a serious like, Academy Award winning thing happening here.
Hey.
But because it's really not that serious, but I felt accomplished in the fact that it was something that seemed so silly, but it was just like in my head, and to see it come to life and to make it come to life is always really gratifying with anything you do. And you're just like, oh, cool, it happened.
For sure. I mean, you get to admire that. You get to admire that art forever. It lives on the internet forever.
Yeah.
But transitioning, I mean, I want to talk. I'll talk about Sharp in a minute. I got to get to the camera work and all that stuff. But I really want to talk about Cocoon and I mean, going on with the puppets. I mean,
the puppets. Oh yeah.
Who's the puppeteer? I mean, we get the Center for Puppetry Arts here in Atlanta. Yeah. Like, what's going on with that?
Oh man, yeah, we're never escaping that one. No, it was actually that was like all Spencer. He made those puppets.
Wow.
As well as the backdrops and all of that. Like, I'm really, really bad at math, and even though I can draw, I am not someone that can like do. If you give me a ruler, I'm gonna like make it all crooked and shit. Like, I'm just like not really good with that kind of stuff. But he did the backdrops and puppets and all that stuff, and like we both just like directed it, and I came up with like a storyline of, and I think it worked out really well. Like, if anyone hasn't seen it, it's just like this puppet who feels like he's different, and he's trying to like be friends with people, and they're not understanding him, but then he like finds his humans or at the end of it. And yeah,
I mean, it's beautiful. What I guess with the with that one, like, is there a connection with the song? I mean, sometimes there's a pretty big draw from the way the lyrics are to out, but like, can you talk to me about what that looks like for you guys in that song in particular?
Oh, in that song, the storyline definitely related to the song, because looking back at the song, it's sort of like about somebody who's just in limbo and trying and growing, but like it's not like they're fully there yet. They're just sort of still learning about themselves, and they haven't really found their like place yet. But then it's like a hopeful song too, because it's just sort of like it will happen, and I think that the story relates to that in that way.
Very cool.
The song does have like a child like thing to it. Like, I remember when I was writing the song, I wanted it to have sort of like a almost like childlike, like a storybook or something, because I wanted it to have like that innocence of sort of like figuring yourself out kind of thing, mixed with like a rock thing. But anyway, yeah.
Awesome. Well, you freaking nailed it. So
thank you.
We appreciate it. Props to you. And then finally, I want to talk about Sharp. How'd you guys film that video? It looks like you're riding on the front of the hood of the car. So I'm like, I go, that can't be safe. That she can't be definitely like hanging on to the front and have the camera in front of her while it's going backwards. So, I got to know how you guys set that up and really what the inspiration for that, you guys are just riding around LA.
That was, we did it around the area that I grew up in, which was like the San Fernando Valley and Woodland Hills and Ventura Boulevard and stuff like that. But yeah, in my head, I was just outside of a sunroof and the camera I was facing backwards so the wind wouldn't pull my hair forwards. And then my brother directed it and filmed it, and he attached the camera to the back window of the car. And then Spencer would drive, and then when he popped up his head with me, Dylan would drive, and it was really fun. It was very much like you're on a roller coaster ride, and it felt really good. I haven't done that actually since I was younger, like stick your head out of a window, and it felt really nice.
Yeah. Have you had the rock star moment where you're sticking your head outside of like a limousine yet, or is that coming?
I mean, I feel like that might have happened maybe prom or something. I mean, I don't know. I feel like I'm like, please say I'm not this much of a loser. Like there was a limousine in my life, wasn't there?
I've never ridden in one, so I'm like,
I'm trying to think. I'm like, maybe when I was like 19, I remember I knew like a bunch of like club promote. Anyway, I knew a bunch of club promoters and into more of the clubby lifestyle. But yeah, it's not something that I do all the time, or do I? No, but yeah.
Interesting. My final question, this has got nothing to do with music videos, but we always talk about the community. We've done a lot of these for bands in Charleston, but like talk to me about the LA community and just how that kind of shaped y'all's band and some of your friends and just people. And this is not the band you might not know question yet, but just talk about your community.
Oh yeah, I mean, I love the music community here. I was, it's been like sad not running into just people I would know kind of on a weekend basis, because every time I'd go to shows I would see there would be a definite LA music scene with a bunch of creative people who are also doing the same thing as us, and it was very inspiring, and it's gonna come back. It's coming back, but there's a lot of bands. This one band, Oddness, is really cool, and they're playing with us at the Moroccan Lounge at the show that we're about to have in September. And there's a band called Goon that is also playing with us, and they have a really cool sound as well. We have a ton of friends in music, and same with like our friends Aloud. That's a band to check out. They just put out a new music video, as well as our friend Maud, and she's recording. I could go down like a whole list.
Hold on. Don't go down it yet. Don't go down it yet.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, no, we're good.
There's so many.
Yeah, we're obviously I growing up on the East Coast, we kind of see LA in a certain way, and it's always good to see that you guys are very similar communities, very different. Although it's different weather, different problems, but very similar music styles. But what is one of your favorite venues? I guess my last one, Tash. Sorry, but
I was going to ask the same question. So.
What are some of your favorite venues in LA?
Well, we're about to play one of them. I really like the Moroccan Lounge a lot. It's kind of near downtown LA, and it just has really great sound, and it looks really cool. What else can you ask for, really? But and I really liked the Satellite a lot, but that's not here yet. But still, Harvard and Stone, that's a really cool. Everyone dances there, which is great when they hear live music. I like that. I like places where people like feel comfortable enough to move around. That's always helpful. The Echo too. The Echo, I love the Echo. That's another really great venue. That's in like a Silver Lake Echo Park area, and that's still around, and we played there many times.
Very good. What's one place that you really like, East Coast, West Coast, in the United States, we'll keep it and then we'll expand it to Europe. But what's one place that you want to go and play?
I know. We are actually going to, if everything works out, we're going to be touring Europe in 2022, the summer of 2020. And I'm really excited about that. And we're going to be playing a bunch of music festivals. So never have done that before. So I would say anywhere in Europe to me, anywhere sounds great, but like it sounds really exciting since I know that is happening. And I've never been to Germany, never been to like Italy, or I've been to London once, but never really went to Europe. I never went to Amsterdam. We're going to be there, so I'm really, really stoked to see Amsterdam. And
very cool. What about you guys
Japan
play on
would
the East Coast? Yeah, you take a day off in Kyoto, like
yeah.
But we're in in the United States. You guys coming to our city? You're gonna come down to Atlanta? Down to the Big South?
I would love to. We're just getting all of that together right now with shows and touring, and definitely would love to play over there. Yeah, let me know what are good venues over there. And
we got a brand new one, the Eastern just opened.
Smith's Old Bar.
Smith's Old Bar is a classic. What's the one in East Atlanta Village?
The Earl.
The Earl. It would be a great one to play.
And Variety Playhouse, and also Aisle 5, they're right next to each other, right in Little 5 Points, next to Criminal Records, which is like a pretty big landmark here.
And if you and Spencer want to go old school and do like an old school acoustic set, you can play Eddie's Attic. That'd be a cool little spot to play.
Cool.
There's tons of places here in Atlanta. So
awesome. Yeah. I mean, we still do some duo stuff sometimes, so that'd be fun.
You can do like a twofer, like Friday night play Eddie's Attic and then play the Earl on Saturday night or something. And that's with that, the point of this whole podcast for me and Grant is not to make us famous or make money off this. It's to get us closer to music, because we have a shared love, a lot of the same music, and to help the artists in any way we can. So, what's something that either us or the people listening to this, what's something that they can do to help a band like Livingmore that's, you're not the Foo Fighters, you're not flying on private planes to go play your next show, but, what's something we can do to help? We lost her.
Oh, we lost her. She's pissed.
Okay.
All right, we're back. A little technical difficulty, but I don't know where we got cut off. But basically, what I'm asking is, what can the listeners of Indiebnb, Grant and I, and anyone else that's listening to this, what can we do to support a band, your band, not a band, your band, Livingmore? What can we do to support you?
Well, I mean, you can go to our website, which is livingmoreband.com, and we have a pre-sale going on for vinyls for our album Take Me, as well as all of our other, merch and albums. And I think just like any way to support us and indie artists is follow our socials. Ours is Livingmore Music on Instagram. And follow our socials and, follow us, go to our website. We have all of our info there, and, I'm happy live music is coming back, and, go to shows. That would.
Exactly. So show up, buy a damn vinyl, and get a t-shirt.
Yeah.
And then listen to you, right? Like,
of course. Yeah. Yes. Follow us on Spotify, listen to us on Spotify. And
hell yes. Well,
beautiful. We
are stoked. The music's coming back. We're stoked about the new album. And with that, we're going to lead right into Pete Peterson's party pack of questions and have a little fun and send this thing out with a bang.
All right. Yeah. Pete Peterson's party pack of questions. 20 questions. Rapid fire. And here we go. Fender or Gibson?
Fender.
Chips or pretzels? This is a hot one.
Pretzels.
Oh my God. You're the first person to ever answer pretzels.
No, I just feel like you could have large like chip like.
Holy shit.
Kind of, not really, more variety. I don't know.
Wow. Well, you should go to war with Lowen. She hates pretzels. Chicken or fish?
I like both. I would say.
You can answer both. Okay, the chicken of the sea. She's got it. All right. Brownies or cookies?
Cookies.
Cake or pie?
Pie.
Do you like circus peanuts or those orange peanuts that you buy in the gas station? You a fan of those?
Wait, what? Peanuts at the gas station? Sure.
Circus peanuts, the orange peanuts. They're really specific. They're
Oh,
not boiled.
are they like
It's a
spicy?
candy. No, it's a candy.
I don't. Oh, yeah, I like those.
Oh my god.
Another first.
That's another first. Anyway, aliens, are they real or not?
They're real.
What about ghosts? Are they real?
Yes.
Well, then where the hell are all the ghost animals? Anyway, ninjas or pirates? What would you rather be?
I saw a ghost animal.
We'll come back to that. We'll come back to that. Ninjas or pirates? What would you rather be?
After watching the karate Netflix show, I think Ninja.
Ninja. All right.
Well,
She's
the Karate Kid. Damn
Cobra
it.
Kai.
I'm such a fan. Yeah, definitely a ninja now.
Billy Zabka. Here we go. All right. Sunrise or sunset? What would you rather see?
Sunset.
Okay. Sunset. Red or white wine while you're watching that sunset?
Red.
Red wine. All right. Is Bigfoot real?
I don't know about that one. I think Spencer would beg to differ. He's a huge Bigfoot fan. I would say maybe.
Okay. All right, party. Are you going to do the worm or the robot? What are you more likely to do?
The robot.
The robot. Okay. Tenders or wings?
Wings.
Do you like things dull or sharp?
Sharp.
I mean, come on, it's a pun. Cheese and crackers, Grant. All right, Comedy Store or Laugh Factory? Where are you going to see comedy on a night in LA?
Oh, I haven't seen Comedy Store probably.
Okay, all right. The Forum or the Hollywood Bowl? Would you rather go to?
The Hollywood Bowl. I feel like just because I've went there more. I'm like,
Gotcha.
I forgot.
All right. Would you rather party all night or do a little bit of day drinking?
Ooh, I do like day drinking parties. I think party all night though. Party night.
Party all night. All right, all right. Would you rather have a day at the Getty or a day at Griffith Observatory?
The Getty.
The Getty. It's bigger.
Yeah.
You can spend more time there.
Yeah.
I like that. All right, and finally, you kind of answered this one earlier with who you guys were playing with, but give us a couple more. You were kind of naming them off. Bands we might not know that we're going to check out, and we're going to tell them that you sent us, and we might get them on the podcast. That's how this thing grows.
Cool. Okay, well, I'll just repeat. Goon, awesome band. GOON. Oddness. And there's a band called the Gooms. There's a lot of goo happening here, but the Gooms are really cool. I like them.
Gooms.
Yeah, they're good. Aloud, ALOUD. That's like the easiest one, and I'm spelling it. That's what. Aloud, Mod, MAWD, and there's a band called Dream Phases. That's cool. Trying to think. There's so many, but Ramonda Ham is cool. I mean,
that's a solid 6. That's way more than we usually get. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean that was great. We will be checking those out. I got Oddness, Goon, Aloud, the Gooms, Dream Phases, and then I got Ramonda Hampton.
No, Hammer.
Ramonda Hammer. Awesome. Well, we will be getting some research on and find those pieces on Spotify. You might see them on our page. Who knows? But with that is the end of Pete Peterson's party pack of questions. You did excellent. Congratulations.
Yes, I got an A.
And I'm interested. I'm glad you believe in ghosts, and that you know what circus peanuts are, which is impressive, and that you also like pretzels. I mean,
I do like pretzels. I love chips though too, but pretzels, like, I don't know. They're more I don't know, whatever. They're good. I don't know how I'm talking.
Yeah, man, what are fucking pretzels, dude? All right, like, what else do you want me to tell you? I'm not trying to sell them to you.
Yeah.
Holy crap! All right, well,
Hell
Like,
yeah.
dude.
oh, mall pretzels? Those are good. Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, onions.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hell yes. Well, Alex, it's been a pleasure talking to you. Everyone listening, go out, buy the new album Take Me by Livingmore. It's out everywhere now. Buy the vinyl, go to their website, go on Instagram, buy tickets when they go on sale.
September
And
19th.
September
Yes.
19th at
Moroccan
the
Lounge.
Moroccan in Los Angeles. Anyone
Yes.
from LA that's listening, get out, see the show. Hope you can get touring all over the world soon and come through Atlanta. And Grant and I, as I always say, will be in the front row yelling at you. So
I
thanks
hope
for
so.
coming on.
I'll be like, I know those yells.
Exactly. Exactly. The big dumb guy. And
I'm expecting some
incredible
circus peanuts. So not.
Oh, you want some? I will bring you some circus peanuts. Don't worry. I mean,
It sounds funny. Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah, well, thanks for coming on, and hopefully we can do this again soon.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, guys.
I appreciate it.
Good night.
You too.